Musings, who I am, life reflections. Musings, who I am, life reflections. Reflections of life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. This is Mocha. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Please click, like, and share. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to do a pop-up video because yesterday I finally got my number down. Whew. Now, as I want to say like more than 6 weeks ago, I started on a journey to do meatless eating. I did a 30-day challenge, and now I'm in the second month of eating, plant-based. And when I started to like monitor my blood pressure during the first month of eating, I was eating no meat or anything like that, but I kind of did the mistake that a lot of people do. They would go ahead and start adding all these Guardian burgers, vegan fish, and all that jazz, all these vegan options that's out in the market. Impossible Burger, Beyond Meat products. Um, a lot of those things are nice and convenient. Don't get me wrong. There's a place for it in my diet, but not on a regular basis. Like literally, my blood pressure within the first month of me eating meatless, but more on a convenience level, meaning kind of like what you would consider dirty vegan, just dirty and fast. I My blood pressure was 162 over 114, which I thought was completely crazy. But, as I looked at what was going on with my blood pressure, I was like, yeah, that is on you. That's on you because, you know, thank you. It's just not good to add all of the salty things, sodium filled products to your diet. So I just had to go ahead and try to make some changes. And the only thing that I could see is that I need to eat a little bit more cleaner. And so I actually went through a process and took all the Guardian products out of my my freezer and have a limited processed foods because I'm just like learning how to like make stuff on my own. So the first thing I did was just started making my own bean burgers. That's really, really easy to do. You just take some beans, you mix it with you can make, I know a lot of people have to rewire their brain on not using egg, not using certain things, but I do chia egg with water. I do chia seeds with water, flax seeds with water. I let it sit, it gels up. I add it to my burger. Some people don't even do that. Some people just use the burger and some basic ingredients, some garlic, some onions, or bind it in a different way. You can do black bean burgers that way, kidney beans. You can do chickpea burgers, you customize it, whatever seems to be best. I can tell you that I actually got more bang for my buck by not having processed burgers too. Because yeah, even though I can go to Aldi's, I get a pack of their, it's supposed to be vegan, but they have so many other uh processed things in there with the beans and stuff like that. So I don't like, I'm not doing this. I took a can of beans, and you don't even have to do a can. You can actually, in your crock pot or your instant pot, you can take dry beans, soak them, and then you can cook them. And then you can take those beans and make your own bean burgers as well. It's probably a cleaner way to do it instead of, but if you do use canned beans, rinse them. Oh, okay. So, for me, I'm trying my best not to be doing all of the processed things because it's just not good for my blood. Like I said, my blood pressure went sky high during that first month. And I was like, okay, I need to go back because last year I was a part time vegetarian. And I did that for like 6, 7 months. But then, I got lazy. And um, this time is a little bit different because I'm just like, batch cooking, batch prepping meals, using quinoa, whole grains. Um, you know, every now and again, I do want something that is like symbolic of meat because I come from a meat loving family. But I learned how to make the vegan ribs, which is basically jackfruit with some Beyond Beef. But next time, I'm just going to make the that with some seitan or something like that. I think that's a different way to do it as well. But it was good. It was symbolic. It's not something I'm going to eat all the time. My vegan mac is good. I'm going to um I'm a cheese head. Like I love, 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 love cheese. But I'm like, yeah, maybe I should not do the processed cheese all the time too, because I started looking at the nutritional facts with meat based products. The way you just go get a burger and fries, and then the nutritional information for the Impossible Whopper, or I think it's Impossible Burger. You get it from Burger King. It's the same as the regular Whopper. So what's the difference? Oh, you're not eating meat. Yeah, but you're eating the same type of calorie intake, the same kind of fat intake, and they're supposed to be cleaner. So I always tell people when you're doing plant-based products, some of them this is, if you're more on the convenience side of doing things, it's not going to be as clean as you think it is. It's something nice, quick, it's convenient. But for me, I have to do that minimally in my diet because my blood cannot take it. Like I don't need that in my blood system all the time. But yeah, mainly I've been doing a lot of detox teas, green tea, a lot of water, alkaline water. I switched to alkaline water recently just because I know the pH balance. And I'm not a doctor. I'm gonna tell you that I'm not a doctor. I'm just doing things that I've researched. And I suggest that you figure out what works for your body. Not everything works for everybody, and I know that. So sometimes you come on YouTube and you listen to people, and I've done it before too. And you try some things out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But in conjunction with your medical provider, that's the best thing is to consult with them as well. But I know I've noticed that when I took like white sugar out of my diet last year, I took every now and again I would do white flour, but I haven't bought white flour in like 6 months. And I switched up to Teff flour, buckwheat flour, and spelt flour, and I use them in different ways in like either burgers, vegan burgers I'm preparing, or some kind of like this morning I made buckwheat pancakes, and I like waffles, so sometimes I make the waffle um, a batter, and I make that with one of those flours. And I know a lot of people are like, well, where you get the egg from? I don't really use egg in mine. This morning I used no egg in my pancake mix and it still came out fine. So, but if you feel the need to create some kind of egg, I mean, some people do use just egg, which is like a product made from mung beans. I've used just egg before. It's cool, but it's not something that I use on a regular basis either. Um, but I'm looking and educating myself on like a lot more things to create that will be helpful, to my blood. And I think working from scratch is the best. Um, it's the best thing for me. Working straight from scratch. So making my burgers from scratch. I'm starting to look and make my own hamburger buns from scratch just because I think I need that as well. But I have a video that I was going to show that kind of like take you through like my food diary. And my food diary, these are just like some sample things that I ate. It's nothing super, super clean, but I made it all from scratch. That's for sure. And my in regards to the flowers that I've done, I do more than I've done a lot better these last couple of weeks because my breakfast is gonna be like a protein shake, or I do a vegan, pancake, vegan waffle. I put some nuts on the side. I put some fruit on the side, and that's pretty much it. I drink a lot of water. I do a lot of detox teas, and I try my best to reduce the junk. I do like chips. I ain't gonna lie, I like chips, and I've been trying to switch up and find a way to do stuff. But I like my chickpea tacos. I have those once a week. My black bean burger with home fries is really good, and and my vegan ribs is something I do as a cheat meal once a month. My blood pressure from yesterday, 118/70, and I'm gonna tell you, I haven't had that in, I want to say, almost a couple of months, because when I was eating more processed things, it just was like, it, just high. That's all it is, just high. And I caution people, it. I know it's kind of trending to get like the Impossible Burger, Beyond Beef. They sell their patties. The patties are great. Find a way to make your own patties. The best Beyond Meat type of patty that I've made has been made with beets, black beans, and some kind of binding. Well, like some kind of wheat flour or something. And you know, it's I'm gonna probably make a set of those this week. Um, Beets are good for lowering your blood pressure. And I know some people don't like beets. It's okay. Everybody don't like beets, but I think for me, beets is great because I'm able to lower my blood pressure at the same time, and it's actually a wonderful thing to be able to do that. And for me, I think that the fact that I was able to get my blood pressure down in such a short period of time is kind of crazy. But that's because I took out the actual sodium out of my diet. I don't use a lot of sodium. I do use black salt occasionally if I'm making chickpea scramble, which is basically chickpea scramble with vegetables. Kind of like reminds me of when I used to eat eggs with vegetables. So I do chickpea scramble, and I use pink Himalayan salt, but I don't use a lot of that salt, and it's very low considering. I mean, when I look at the salt I used to use growing up, which is the salt that iodized salt that it's just high, and it's not not really good for me. But I will say that yeah, I will. I'm gearing towards it. It's gonna take some time, but the fact that I've been able to find um, replacement for a lot of things that people complain about. A lot of people think that eating meatless or going meatless is you're going to be starving and you're going to be hungry. I literally only had 2 meals yesterday, and I was not hungry between meals. And I think it's because I had like a really healthy meal in the morning. And then later in the day, I just like drank water. And I'm learning that I don't have to eat 3 meals sometimes. Or if I do, I just do it in the portion, because I'm a portion control person right now as well. I lost 40 pounds last year just from when I was eating as a meatless person. I was like vegetarian. I was still eating regular eggs in my diet and a lot of cheese in my diet. But I'm gearing towards next month as being a mucus diet. And I'm going to be doing more alkaline vegan next month. We're going to see how this goes, but no, anything that keeps my blood pressure down is good. I don't necessarily like to have a doctor subscribe me with any kind of medicine when I don't need it. I've always had good cholesterol levels. I don't eat red meat. I haven't eaten red meat in years. Like the last time I prepared steak was probably over 10 years ago. I don't do pork chops, never got into it. I really didn't like it unless like my mom made it. I really don't like that. And during the pandemic, I was looking at how what was more available was fruits and vegetables. Every time I used to order, I remember ordering last year at this time and I couldn't get chicken, I couldn't get certain things. That's when I went vegetarian because I was like, oh, you just could get you some beans, some rice, get you some vegan noodles, and do your own thing. Get a lot of vegetables, get a lot of fruit, and that's when I started doing that last year because those are the things that are available. And also, like I said, you can stretch your money if you're on a budget. A lot of people think that you spend a lot of money on vegan. And I'm gonna tell you, my food bill went down when I stopped buying the vegan processed foods. My bill was a lot more higher. Now I can just order a few things, might be $20 or $30, and that's it. Um, and stretch it over time. Another thing that I would mention is that I do have a membership to Misfits Market, and a small box from them is pretty much like it's not that much. It's like $23 or something. Um, Last year at this time, I called myself going to Purple Carrot as a meal service, and it's expensive. I only did it for a few times because I'm not want to spend $60 every time I order, and that's like that is only two or three meals in the box. It's just crazy. So, I always kept Misfits Market as my backup source in case I didn't, wasn't able to get to the store, or I just wanted to get some organic stuff. And I just got a box from them a week ago, and actually everything came out pretty good. Everything was super fresh. Butternut squash, acorn squash, organic lemons, and kale, and it's just a bunch of everything was pretty high. I mean, good quality this time. So I know that the farmers in that industry has gone through a hit during the pandemic. A lot of people were sick and out of work and wasn't able to. The production wasn't at the highest level because I know how it was getting those box services last year, and now everything has kind of gotten a lot better. So I highly suggest that, if you're an individual, maybe you can't go to the store, maybe you just want to um, try out a box service. I'm not sponsored by them, but Misfits Market is my go-to. That's where I get all my stuff. And yeah, you're right. You got to cook more. Like literally, if you prep everything, it won't be that bad. So today I am going to be working on a lentil and red bean um, crock pot meal that I'm putting together. It's just going to have a bunch of stuff in it, like coconut milk, and I'm going to probably have some whole wheat beans. I mean, whole wheat grains on the side, and I'll swap it out with some whole wheat pasta during the week. So I'll be eating that during the week. Yeah. Oh, I know what happened yesterday. Yesterday I was not hungry. So in the middle of the day, I was like, okay, what am I going to eat? I basically made sweet potato chips. I guess I cut it up with a little oil, hemp hemp oil, and some seasonings, and I put it in my air fryer. And then I ate that with like some vegetables on the side, and that was my meal. I was not hungry, and then I ate my dinner. So um, you're right. I found out if I cook more and I buy less products, my blood pressure is going to be normalized. I've not had, this kind of blood pressure when I was eating that stuff. So I tell a lot of my friends that are transitioning, and there's quite a few people I know that are transitioning. It's okay, but rethink like what you're cooking and research. There's so many great books out there, so many wonderful recipes. I go to Pinterest a lot of times, and sometimes I just go through my refrigerator and see if I see something dying, like I see a vegetable dying. I'm like, okay, you need to do something else. This week I made cauliflower patties, and it's because I had a cauliflower head that was, like expiring or something. Now, I don't like to waste things either, people. You know, it was good. I took the cauliflower, I cut it up. What did I put in there? I put like probably some spelt flour. Um, I made like a chia egg, which is a chia seeds with some water. I let that sit for a while. Mix that together with some seasonings, and I fried those up and in olive oil. So for me, it's trying out stuff too. Rethink and be creative. People always come to me and say, "Oh, it's hard. It's expensive." Stop with the excuses and try something out. I mean, figure it out. I mean, this morning I looked. What was it? I was looking at like vegan websites. They got like vegan black market, but there's all processed foods, all processed, y'all. And you're gonna spend $90 on all these processed things just to avoid cooking. Get in the kitchen. Yeah, it is amazing because I never ate some of the stuff that I've been trying out, like the chickpea flour. I got chickpea up in the pantry. Chickpea's been up there for a while. And one of my girlfriends in Wisconsin, shout out to Queen Neff. She was like, I made the chickpea scramble. She liked it. It's very simple. It's not that bad. So anyway, I just wanted to do this quick update and let you guys know everything's going good. I think I'm down to my my last couple weeks here. I'm going to just continue to do what I do, and then just continue to prep my meals, uh, continue to eat, homemade items versus processed ones because it's not good for my blood. And especially if you think about your immune system and what you're taking in, a lot of us, don't even know what's in those products. I mean, you can't go wrong with, you know, making things that come from the ground, basically. And I'm gonna be trying. I've been having a hard time trying to get some organic mushrooms, and I'm gonna get me a mushroom kit. See if I can grow some mushrooms. I know a lot of my friends are growing their own mushrooms, and so I want to try that out just to see if I can do the same, so I can start using those. But I have regular portobello mushrooms. I don't use a lot of white mushrooms anymore. Um, and yeah, that's about it. But cute Queen Neff is my collaborator from another part of the country, and her and I are going to be doing a show coming up. We're still kind of getting that scheduled up, so look out for that. That's going to be a couple weeks from now. We're still coordinating our show content and getting our materials together for the promotion for that. But that's it. I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Thank you for dropping in, of course, and listening. I appreciate it immensely. Any show ideas or topics you think I should cover here, just let me know. And I think that's it for now. So it's Sunday. Find something beautiful to do. And remember, you are worth it.